Right, so we're asked to work out the value of y. We're given that r is 32, so I'm going to write 32 here instead of r. Then I'm going to times out the bracket, so it's 32 equals 4 times 3, which is 12y, 4 times 5, which is minus 20. Add the 20 onto the side, so that gives me 52 equals 12y. And then we're dividing through by 12. That should be 52, sorry. 52 there. Dividing through by 12, so it's y equals 52 divided by 12, which will give us 3.5. That was 1a. 1b asks us to make m the subject, so we need to make m here on its own. So first step is to take b over to this side, so I'll get f take away b equals ma, and then I'm going to move the a by dividing through by a, so I'll get m equals f minus b all divided by a, so therefore m is now the subject. Question 2. So we've got a number line below marked inequality from -1 to 4. So they're not included in either side, so it's from -1 here to 4 here, making sure that you've not coloured them in. And then we've got a line going across that connects the two. So that's 2a done. 2b. Here is the inequality shown. Write down the inequality, so it's in terms of x, which is the little x next to it, so x is going in here. You can always put those two signs in first. So x is less than or equal to, because it's filled in 3, and x is greater than -2. Part C, asking us to solve the inequality. So we're going to take 5 off, think of it just in a normal equation. So take 5 off there, and then divide through by 3, so then t is greater than 4. Question 3, because you'll have different size photocopies, it's tough this question in some senses. We're given that the scale is 1 centimetre is 20 kilometres. Find the bearing of port P from Q. So from Q. So we're looking from Q. I keep saying the word from because that's where we're looking to go. So from here to here. Well, the bearing is to the north, and it's all the way around here because it's clockwise. So from the north, clockwise measurement. So we get a protractor, and we already know that's 180 turn. Then line this up, so this is on here, and this then is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, probably 64 on top. So if I've got my 180 degrees here already, add my 64, that will then give me 244 degrees as my bearing. Part B, work out the real distance between port P and port Q. What I'll actually do is just put part B down here because I think C is a drawing bit, so I'll put it down here. Between P and Q, so this won't be fully correct because it depends on the actual diagram, but you'll see the method. You measure the distance physically with a ruler. So I'm measuring here, and what we're looking at then is, I would say when I put that next to it, that'll be 6 centimetres. So it's 6 centimetres times by the scale. Now every centimetre is worth 20 kilometres, so it'll be 120 kilometres. And the final part, part R is 120 kilometres. So first of all, this is part C. Now if it's 120 kilometres, we can divide through by 20, and that gives us 6 centimetres. So another line 6 centimetres away. It's a bearing of 120 from Q. So from Q here, 120. Mark with the cross X and label it R. So we get our protractor, go from Q, make sure we're going to the north, measure, or put a mark at 120 there, and then we need to get a ruler and measure the distance from here to here to make sure that it is 6 centimeters. So there's the line that we're looking at, that exact dot there, because it's on a 120-degree angle. We then remove the ruler and put a cross here, and that is labelled R. Question 4 shows a regular hexagon and a regular octagon. Find the size of the angle marked X. There's two methods for this. My preference is to work out an exterior angle for each one. Now the exterior angles we know add up to 360, irrespective number of sides. So to get one exterior on hexagon, we're going to do 360 divided by 6, which will then give us 60 degrees. So I know that's 60 degrees in there. And then one exterior, should rear out the first, forward out, one exterior angle on an octagon. Well, that's 360 again, and that's then divided by 8. So 360 then divided by 8 gives us 45 degrees. Now actually, if you drew the exteriors coming out from here, then that would there be 60 degrees and this would be 45. So X will be 60 plus your 45, which then gives you 105 degrees. Question 5. We've got Rodney takes his car to the garage to have a new exhaust pipe fitted. The exhaust pipe cost that plus VAT. Find the total cost. So we've got £65 and we'll add 20% VAT. Well, 10% is divided by 10, so that's £6.50. Double that to get you 20%, which is £13. So total is then equal to 65 plus your 13, and that will give you £78.